Hi, Grace Judson here, and we are on the next to last letter in the alphabet in the leadership A to Z list. And that would obviously therefore be Y, and Y is for yourself. I touched on this a little bit in the very first letter of the alphabet, A for authentic, but I want to go into it in a little bit more detail here. I talked about it then relative to being able to build trust, being able to communicate with your team as an authentic leader. And I want to make the point that it is not only important to do this to be yourself, to be who you are for the people you lead and for your company, but also for yourself. Because when we try to mold ourselves or twist ourselves into something that we're not, when we try to show up in the ways that we think we should show up, it's not sustainable. I'll just put it that way. We can't keep going that way, and there are going to be times when it just doesn't work. If we make the effort to be who we are, if you make the effort to be yourself, and that means sometimes going out on a limb with some of the things you may say, or the ways that you may present something, or the ways that you want to try to do something. As long as you bear in mind the necessary, sometimes unfortunate, but nonetheless necessary, I'll say political situation within your organization. And obviously, as long as you bear in mind the moral and ethical requirements of being a leader. Being yourself means that you will have a great deal more fun as a leader. Being truly who you are, bringing your sense of humor, bringing your quirks, bringing all of that into the office as a whole human being makes you a more followable, I'll say, leader, as well as being a happier leader. And ultimately, again, bearing in mind the necessary restraints about how anybody acts in any situation in order to be respectful and, obey the rules of the road, so to speak, you will be more successful, you will be happier, and you will have followers, individuals on your teams who respect you more and believe in you and will go the extra bit for you. So that is why for yourself, bringing your whole self to work, bringing your, I don't want to say, actually it's interesting, I was talking to one of the leaders in the community where I am here, whom I respect very much, and his point was to say bring your best self to work means actually that you may have to leave some pieces that really are part of who you are out. Bring your real self to work and work on being better all the time. That sounds kind of grandiose, but it's nonetheless really where we as human beings and as leaders need to be. So there you are. Be yourself. See you next time for the last letter of the alphabet.